Hello. Hi. Um, we haven't played Pentiment in a couple of days, which is kind of very rude of me, I gotta be honest. Um, but I feel like my classic. Oh, so whenever I play video games, I do have a tendency to struggle at the end, with finishing them. I have so many games that I've played until basically the last chapter, and I've like just, well, not finished them, right, you know? And I fear that that might be happening with this one too. Let's hope. Like, I don't know, not let's hope. Like, part of the reason why I also started streaming is to hold myself a little bit more accountable to actually managing to finish the games. At least those that have, like, a very, unique story, like Pentiment, you know? But yeah, I'm technically not fully ready to start streaming yet, because I'm gonna, whilst I wait for some people to join, Um, I'm gonna eat a little bit because I got snacks. Mm, I like this one. Um, get an announcement out so I don't start a new. Or and this game at least has some menu music, so I don't have to feel all too bad for having this run in the background and not like the usual silence because I have yet to figure out like a nice. Hey, Kuyama. Because I have yet to figure out a nice open, what's it called? Open public domain, whatever. I forgot, like a track that I can just have running in the beginning without having to worry about copyright and stuff like that. Since I do plan on uploading these VODs, I do care for that for once because where I do not care about it when it comes to my drawing VODs. I'm doing. My nose is a little bit closed, constipated, whatever. I'm not very fond of that, and I'm very tired. But like I've slept solidly, so I should be fine. But I'm doing overall very solid. I think I'm just very exhausted from yesterday. Yesterday was a very good day. I met with a friend, and we had a very nice day in the city. It's just I now feel kind of the repercussions from being out and about for so long. Um, but yeah, I also hope I'm not getting sick. I doubt I actually am. Usually I have like a day or two of like a little bit of sickness and or like the beginnings of sickness, but never really sick. COVID was like the only time where I was actually getting sick, you know, but usually I'm not somebody who gets sick a lot. Outside of like, I don't know, my mental health being asked, but that's a different type of sick, you know? Anyways, how are you doing? Oh no, this time my snacks aren't warm anymore. That's a shame. You just woke up. I'm glad you're doing good though. But yeah, I was actually out and about. Um, already. I went grocery shopping. I drew a shit ton yesterday too, so I'm so happy. Oh, that's amazing. I'm glad to hear that. Hmm. My friend and I planned on drawing yesterday too. Hmm. But it didn't end up in the mood, you know. I didn't really get to draw anything. Which is a shame. I do want to get more comfortable again and just going outside and doing studies of real life people. But yeah. I dragged her. So I have glasses, but I don't wear them a lot because my I don't like they don't my C they don't correct an insane amount of my seeing issues because well I see fine without them, but I just see a little better with them, you know. Um, but the optician, is that like the optica? I don't know what the right term is. That I go to was kind of recommended by my friends. They basically just pushed me there because especially when I'm tired, I do struggle with my eyes a lot. And so they were like, "Oh yeah, maybe get your eyes checked. We have just the guy for you, basically." And that's where they dragged me to that place. And well, yeah, it turns out I do need some like correction in my viewing and stuff like that. And but like that's besides the point. This optician, I hope that's the right term, is a guy, a a very eccentric dude. Um, which I like really fucking appreciate because like he's the type of dude. He's not like Fearman or something, you know. Like this is his passion, and he loves to sell weird glasses. You know, he is one of those people who are really into selling weird glasses. And I was like, this is gonna be my first glasses. I don't want to go out there. I'm like a really like my clothing style is really boring. Maybe like slightly punky, grungy adjacent, but like I'm mostly more about comfort than anything, you know? I'm not somebody who can wear like really eccentric glasses and it's gonna work well. So I was like fully expecting to go out there with like the most boring glasses, but turns out my the glasses that I have now, they're not they're not like weird or incredibly eccentric or something, but they're a lot bigger and a lot more prominent than I thought I would go for my first glasses, and I'm very happy with them. They look very, very like natural on my face, you know, which is funny because once again they're pretty large, they're very intense, but as for my tastes. Anyways, what I actually wanted to say was that my friends who recommended him to me, um, who dragged me there, they were going there too, and I needed to have something fixed on my glasses as well. And I said to my friend, "Hey, do you want to go to the special guy, the glasses guy?" And she was actually, "Yeah, no, I would like to have like glasses as an accessory, not because I need them, but like as an accessory, you know, just because cool glasses would look really cool on them, you know." Anyways. So I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna drag you along there too, and I also want to see how you guys' dynamic is gonna be. But because once again, he's a very eccentric guy, and if you have a little bit like of a warning beforehand, I think you can get along really well. Like I really like him, and I really appreciate his humor. But at the same time, if you're not warned beforehand, this is one of those things where you're like, where you're gonna feel really maybe not be so cool with, you know? He's rude, but like in a very funny, cheeky kind of way. Um, anyways, but that's besides the point. And I was just curious how they would get along, and they got along splendidly. But even the funnier part is, uh, they start like talking to him, being like, "Yeah, I'm just interested in like glasses as an accessory, because I don't need them." And he's like, "When was the last time you got tested?" He was like half offended about somebody just wanting glasses for the sake of wanting glasses, you know. And he was like, "Yeah, for my browse list, whatever." And then he's like, "Yeah, no, sit down there and stuff like that." It turns out they could benefit from reading glasses, which is fits perfect like to the way they wanted to like use them. But like it's just so funny to me because like it was the same for me as well. Like I go there and he manages to be like, "Yeah, no, you do need glasses." I'm like, fuck off, fuck you, I know, but still, fuck off. But even like those that think they wouldn't benefit from glasses, they benefit from glasses. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is they got along splendidly. This was so much fun. Like I was just sitting on the sidelines watching them discuss and talk and just being mean to each other, but like in a, once again, very like banter, you know, friendly banter, that kind of stuff. It was really fun. Anyways, now I'm gonna read your long ass message. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was awake until like 7 a.m. because I was talking to a friend for art advice. They might join here for watching you draw since he picks up on stuff really fast by just watching. Oh, that's amazing. I would feel honored. Um, I don't know when I'm gonna be drawing again. In general, I don't really have a plan on what I'm gonna do when, but yeah. Let me eat my let me finish my Börigstange, and then we can get started. And I'm also so happy because my friend from yesterday, they're not a gamer, but like I kind of still really want them because I know what they're interested in, and I just know that certain games I think they would really like Pentiment, you know, for example. That's besides the point. They now said that they'd be very open to me playing Fallout New Vegas for them, and that makes me very happy because I love Fallout New Vegas, and I think it would be absolutely hilarious to play that together. Oh wait, good point. Let me update this. I have technically written it down, I just didn't save it. You are very right. It should be updated now. It was also a mistake to start with City Skylines. Holy fuck, man. This is one of those games that, like, once I start, I won't stop for, like, 8 hours. And will feel like ass afterwards. Absolutely addicting for someone like me. Last time, I think we ended up skipping through a lot of time, mainly because Magdalena was talking to people a lot. I've already forgotten where we left off. What does our journal say? Um, there, journal. Tassing's early history. Mother Illuminata mentioned that 2 copies of the history of Tassing had both gone missing before the Abbey fire. Yeah, we wanted to talk to Martin. And maybe talk to Smokey. That seems like very not overwhelming, like usually. I need to play it again since my PC's better. For some reason, it just died when starting Skyline. Ooh, that's frustrating. I'm so mindfucked that Martin isn't Martin. I think it's so funny, and then I also got like a notification being like, "Find the imposter." Magdalena, how are you keeping? Mm, uh, yeah, I do think she's eager to continue work on the mural. Maybe she's also the type of person that like ends up being a workaholic in the sense of pretending we don't have struggles at home because I completely forgot her daddy is dying. I am so sorry. I'm eager to continue work on the mural. I have so much to do before Christmas. Certain it will be the pride of Tassing when you're through. You've always had your mother's talent for art. And how's your dad? You're one of the only people who've asked how I'm doing before asking about my dad. Yeah, honestly, that's probably something to point out, and I know how it is to be the sole caregiver. Yourself disappears behind the needs of the person you're looking after. I worry about you, carrying that weight alone. I remember when my dad fell. We cared for him best we could, but those few months before he passed were a tough time for everyone. But I believe God will put your dad through. Whatever the doctor says, we need him. I don't know what I'll do if he dies. I feel crazy even thinking about it. Should the worst come to pass, you will not be alone, Magdalena. Believe me. It may feel like you are, but have you thought about what you'll do if your dad doesn't come through this? I'd have to get married. You remember what happened to Tilia? That poor woman. But you're a good girl, Magda. There are any number of families and Tassings who'd be happy to take you. But I hate this, man. Like, honestly, like a man should marry into you. You know, like, it, especially with the printing press and stuff like that, it would be an absolute fucking shame if, like, she couldn't continue with that, you know? You have someone in mind, don't you? I literally can't imagine who you'd be alluding to. There's not a single young man of quality in this town. Not even young Utz. He's about as subtle as his father, rest Otto's soul. Ah, I miss him. Utz doesn't know what he wants. Some days I'm amazed he can button his own pants. The way Ava hovers, who's to say she doesn't do it for him? Oh god. It was the same with Otto and Eva. We all knew he was hers from the start. It appears to be yours. But if nothing ever comes of that, know that you're always welcome in my family, Magda. Kraft's a nice, hard-working boy. He's got a sharp mind, and he can provide for our family. Are you trying to set me up with your son? Can you blame a mother for trying? You're a good, respectable girl, Magda. Any family would be lucky to have as a daughter. I don't mean to be rude, but I'd prefer to decide in my own time. All right, I let it lie. You know, not every marriage may start off on solid footing. But if you pray and work and trust in the Lord, you can find it in time. Believe me. If it's not working out, how can you be sure a couple belongs together? God knows, He brings people together for a purpose. We don't need to understand it, only to have faith and providence. In any case, I shall get back to the chores. Remember what I said. Whatever happens, you're always welcome in my home. Oh, before I forget it, I actually had a question about an old book. Martin's supposed to have stolen it from that baron who was killed years ago. Do you know what happened to it? Oh, I hope this doesn't get me into any trouble, but I still have it. Hidden in a drawer. Oh, hell you. Thank you, Brigitte. Absolute MVP. Queen shit behavior. Martin left it behind when he ran off. He went through all the trouble to take it, but didn't bring it along. Martin was a thief, but he wasn't stupid. I'm sure he realized no one would believe he'd come by the book honestly, so he couldn't sell it. Why'd you keep it? What was I supposed to do? The Baron was killed soon after, and there I was, holding a stolen book. I didn't want Martin to get in any more trouble than he was already in. I never read it, though. I don't read well. Can I have it? I don't know. I need to reference it for the mural. I want to be honest, honestly. But won't everyone wonder where you got the ideas? Been talking to people all over town. They'll think I got the ideas from them. Ah, alright. I like to have nothing more to do with it, to be frank. It reminds me of difficult times. A stolen book of a dead nobleman in our home. Perhaps it spoiled our milk and turned our eggs all these years. Here you are. Please don't tell anyone I had this. Of course not. Ah, Historia Tesai. That was way too fucking easy, man. Not even a persuasion check. It's in Latin, which I don't read well. I'll puzzle over it in the evening. Thank you, Brigitte. You've been a big help. Of course, Magda. Be well now. God bless. You too, Brigitte. Until later. Hey, Martin. I love... So, when we found out that Martin was an imposter, we found that out with, what's it called? With Andreas, right? So, Magda doesn't know he's an imposter, technically. And I noticed how Brigitte was talking in the past a lot, especially about things that usually don't necessarily change, like, I don't know, him being stupid. I don't know. I don't know if Magda in any way, shape, or form would notice this or not. Obviously doesn't, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean anything, but like, to me it kind of sounded like, um, oh no, he's not just a changed man, but like this is definitely not Martin, the Martin that I'm talking about, you know? Morning, Magdalena. How's Klaus? Enduring. Even when his speech is slurred, he keeps a cheerful heart. I don't know what life would be like without him. Klaus is a good man, Magdalena. Tassing is a better place thanks to him. He's one of the few in Tassing who hasn't been on my back all this time. What do you mean? Don't pretend like you haven't heard. Townsfolk have whispered shit about me for years. So what if I occasionally get into a few brawls? I'm an honest man. I wasn't... I'm an honest man. Bro, you're not who you think you are, or who you say you are. I don't think that's, like, what an honest man is all about. I wasn't involved with what happened to Otto Zimmermann. I supported his cause. I pulled my weight around here, tilled the soil, salted the meats, provided for Brigitte and Kraft. I've done enough backbreaking work for this family. Can't a man just have goddamn rest? Bro, I don't know, it's kind of weird that you bring this up like that. Just saying. Um, why are you always getting into fights? Anyways, Sometimes an asshole just needs to get his teeth pounded in. Does beating the shit out of someone really solve a problem? Asking the rude questions here. Maybe. Don't want to solve problems though. Don't have the patience anymore. Had enough. Just want what I'm owed. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Right, I've lost enough time as it is. Time for you to go. Mm-hmm. Until later, Martin. Kind of weird behavior there. What do you mean you're owed this? Hello, voice love. I love that these two moved in together. That makes me so happy. God bless you, Magdalena. Hello, Matilda. Hello, voice love. How are you two? Very well. The Lord has blessed us more than we deserve. And how are you, Magdalena? I was worried with you keeping the house and the workshop all on your own. Let me bring you some soup for you and your father. You're very kind, Matilda. Thank you. Dad would love that. I've hardly had a moment to cook a hot meal. Not at all, Magdalena. This is how Voice Love and I serve Tessing. Our vocation may have changed, but our gratitude to God and the town has not. You've always been so dedicated to the town. Your neighbors took care of us in difficult times. Sometimes those days feel like another lifetime. A harder time, to be sure. Were the Benedictines anything like the Poor Clares? We lived simple lives of devotion, but not that simple. I'm given to understand they don't make art in the convent now. Such a shame. That beautiful workshop. In any case, a nun's vows include dedication to simple life with all the challenges that entails. But I struggled with my vows, my discipline. I couldn't live as my sisters did. I broke my vows, as did Voice Love. Oh god, do we want to be mean to Voice Love? No. He fell in love. I don't think. Nah. Nah. He fell in love. We did. That's so sweet. I love that. Well, I seduced her. You certainly did not. Are you telling young Magda here that you seduced me then? Voice love, please. They are so cute. So you left the abbey? Though no one learned of what we did, the matter ate at my heart. That and being falsely accused of murdering the old baron terrified you, and rightly so. We all must account for our sins, Magdalena. I was afraid I would account for mine sooner than I thought. Those were the hardest years of my life. I repented and prayed to God to absolve me. But the Lord always provides, even in the darkest days. The Abbey's destruction gave us a second chance. Must be strange to leave that life after so long. Well, I will admit it's been strange not being able to enter the convent. I miss the sisters terribly some days, but truthfully it's been a relief not to be constrained by my vows. The Lord forgives more readily than man, Magdalena. Never think that you must remain in a place that causes you to sin, even if others think it godly. I'm glad you two are finally able to live life together. You both deserve it. Only by the grace of God are we in this life together. May it be many more years before we part. God willing. Anyway, Magdalena, I sent that tube over to you shortly. Thank you, Matilda. God bless you, Magda. God bless. This is so cute. I love these two so much. Another reason why I'm happy that we didn't let her get killed. Hey, Yuta.
Hello, Magdalena. How's the mural coming?
I hear you browbeat the council into letting you do it yourself. I don't care about the council. I don't want to finish. I only want to finish the mural for my dad. You're a dutiful girl, Magdalena. No one can fault you for that. Are you painting the Rathaus? I can't imagine that would have happened when I was a girl. Only those old Benedictine sisters ever did much art. You think they were happy without anyone around to need things from them? What a life. Except for the prayers, of course. Listening to Father Thomas on Sundays is enough for me. Anyway, it's good to see you standing up to the council. That Zimmerman boy seems to have a good head on his shoulders, though. Bro, can you stop shipping Magda with everybody? Once you're settled down with him, you'll have a good life ahead of you. I think I'd rather marry for love, Hetty. No, it's hard to think of the future right now with what's happened to my dad. Oh, sweet girl, I'm sorry. My mouth goes faster than my head sometimes. Or so my Johann used to say. Honestly, I might try to give Disco Elysium another shot during stream. So the thing is, I own Disco Elysium for quite a while, and I've played it for like, I don't know, 5 hours. And I just did not manage to uh, get into it. I feel like the first day, and I've heard that the first day is like the most difficult for new players, mainly because it's like you're very lost, and it's just kind of getting used to the type of like mechanics and what the game actually wants from you, I feel like. Um, and I feel like I've never gotten over that first like couple of hours. But maybe with the stream, I might be able to actually finally find access to it because I do want to play Disco Elysium. It's like, were we ever at the burnt down abbey, or can't we even go there? We can only look from the outside. I've been there, but I've not been inside yet. I hope we can get inside. I don't know, but like yeah. Mm. Your dad's only ever been a weather friend to people like me, a fair weather friend to people like me. He's a family man at heart, and I can respect that. I hope he knows how lucky he is to have you looking after him. He regrets it, what happened the night the Abbey burned. I'm sure he does. He could have made a real difference for us, stuck his neck out, but he was scared. We all wished things could have turned out different, but that's life. Huh? Anyway, I give my best wishes to your father and take care of yourself. Thanks, Eddie. Until later. Until then. Hi, Magdalena. I heard what happened to your dad. How's he doing? Resting. He suffered a severe blow to the head. I'm worried, to say the least. I mean, you were told that you have every reason to be worried. Hunt sends his regards. The Bauer household is praying for a swift recovery. Thank you, and thank Hans and Jutta as well. I will. Klaus has always been such a bad rock of tossing. I'd hate for him to die. It'd be... sorry. It's fine, I feared as well. It's best not to ignore those one's fears. Do you miss your father? Your real one, I mean? Do I miss him? Kind of. I don't remember Joseph all that much. He's become a haze of sorts, a faint echo, a feeling, an occasional emotion. I was so young when he got killed. Mom said I had trouble understanding what had happened for a long time. I understand. My mom, she's like an empty hole in my life. I have nothing of her. Yeah, you never even got to see her, right? Not even a memory, huh? Suppose you have yourself for comparison. God molded you after her. Can imagine how she could have been like stubborn and unruly, yeah? Um, I'm not stubborn and unruly. I don't know what you're talking about. If that is what it takes, I don't see people of wealth and power giving the rest of us much headway. I don't know where the connection lies. To me, this sentence as a response does not make sense right now. Can I really know if I'm actually like my mom? All I have are stories from people. Well, you read books, don't you? Stories are about things that are true. Books and stories are about a lot of things. Oh, well, I can't read any anyway. Would you want to learn? Don't have the time. Work on the farm never ends, especially with the taxes eating at us. Anyway, the winter draws closer, so I got a lot of preparations to take care of. I truly hope Klaus recovers soon. God look after you both. Until later, Simon. Simon. We wanted to talk to Smokey as well, I think. And Peter. Hello, Peter. Can I talk to you for a moment?
What's that?
I was wondering if you could tell me some of the stories about Tassing.
Oh, the old tales, huh? It's been so damn long since anyone had a thought to ask me about what I know. But there's still a few of the old tales knocking about in this skull.
Are there any myths from even before the Romans came to Tassing? Um,
Of course there are. The Romans weren't the first ones to live here, you know? There are spirits older than the saints that live in these woods, older than the Romans. They protected Tassing before St. Moritz ever set a blessed foot in town.
mm, what sorts of spirits?
The sort that I'm getting at. Didn't your father teach you patience, Magdalena?
Sorry.
It's Perchta and her wild hunt that scare them. Yeah, that scare them evil ones away. They've protected Tassing since its founding day. Long before those Romans, our ancestor roamed these mountains under a great chieftain called Raitos. Now folk weren't as kind as they are now, and the tribes fought one another for the best land. The old chieftain was a yellow-bellied coward who neglected the old gods. He was too proud to make offerings. Because of him, the gods favored other tribes, and Raitos' people had no land to call their own. Instead, they wandered through these mountains and valleys, hunting and gathering what they could to survive. One day, when winter was approaching, Retus went hunting and found a wounded wolf tangled in a trap. But instead of killing the beast as most men would, he helped the beast and loosed it from its bounds. Was the wolf a spirit in disguise? Of course not. Wolves are wolves, girl. Spirits don't need the skins of animals for their power. Still, you've got the sense of the thing. The old gods are keen to repay favors done, and Perchta is the goddess of the wild hunt. The wolves are her animals. She leads the wild hunt, and the wolves lead the hunts of the forests. Back in my day, folk knew it was bad luck to kill a wolf. Now I'm the only one who remembers these things. Yeah, I also not a fan of killing wolves, personally. Wasn't there even a thing that when you kill wolves, that actually the livestock attack has a tendency to actually get worse? Wasn't there something? Perchta saw Raitus' actions and took favor on him and told the wolf to lead the chief to her sacred spring. Raitus led his people to the spring and claimed it for his homeland, and we've been in this valley ever since. Then those goddamn Romans came and destroyed everything. But you see, there were other gods protecting this place before St. Moritz. It's why few of us still honor Perchta. She protects us against witches and fiends. It's a wonderful story, perfect for the first part of the mural. Good, good. Nice to know I can still be of some use in this town. I just like this type of mythology a lot more than Christian ones. So yeah, no, yeah. What about the Romans? Do you know any Roman legends of Tassing? Roman legends? Pah! I don't bother with stories from outsiders or tales of gods that aren't our own. The Romans did nothing but conquer our people and destroy this town. We spent generations after generation building Tassing back up from those days. And still, our traditions keep dying with no one to carry them on. That's why I want to know, Peter. These stories need to be on the mural. A mural, hmm? Fine, fine, but I don't know any of the old Roman shit. Alright, alright. I have a lot to think about. Thank you for sharing your stories with me, Peter. At least someone wants to listen to me. I'm tired. Talking so much has made my jaw ache. I'll leave you to rest then. God bless you, Peter. Mm. Magdalena, how are the hinges on your doors? Um, fine, I guess? Maybe Andres should take a look at them. I would have asked your father, but well... Anyway, you wouldn't believe how many people in this town leave their hinges to rust. Really, York, if you want an excuse to snoop in people's homes, just invite yourself over for supper. That's not... I'm sorry, York. The council is looking after the town. Paul would like to institute a yearly check of all homes in Tassing. What do you think of the idea, York? Well, it's not a bad thing, but I don't see why we need to make it official. Everyone in Tassing helps each other, as I see it. Someone notices a house in disrepair, we all pitch in to fix it. Do anything else would be unchristian. But if
Paul wants to see it through, I'm happy to go along with it. Makes me feel useful, you know? Speaking of, I'd better get back to work. Nice to chat with you, Magda. Oh, wait, can we go inside? Go inside. Hey, Veronica. Hello, Magdalena. How's the mural going? I hope my husband hasn't been bothering you about it too much. No. Has he said anything about it? Mainly he's relieved that they don't need to make a decision about the matter anymore. He runs the farm just fine, but being on the counter has made him think he has a say in everything going on in Tassing. Town business is all he talks about these days. Those men are a bad influence on each other, if you ask me. Now they're chattering on about yearly check of the hinges on every door in town. Hinges? Who gives a damn if the hinges on our front door creak? The council, just old men looking to feel important. To be fair, if your hinges creak, those integrity is at stake. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for trying to encourage, like, fixing things before they break, you know, because that is, once they break, it's a lot more work to repair it, you know. But at the same time, like, basically establishing a TIF, I'm not sure if that's helpful. Like, as a suggestion, if like people are open it for it. Where's the fan service, Avatar? That's actually all I have to say. Back to work. So the thing is, right? I first have to make the asset. The asset doesn't exist yet. Second of all, for that also, I mean, Koyama offered to rig it, but like I also don't really like want to push them in any way, shape, or form. And third, people will have to pay for it with bids, and that means I would have to monetize my channel, which I also will probably not do in the near future. Yeah, but still, man, I'm very happy about that. But at the same time, like, do it when you feel like it, if you feel like it. Absolutely no fucking pressure. You only need physics on the big old titties, easy rigging, and I mean, like, apparently, like, there's a default setting for titty physics already, so that makes it even better. But yeah, it's gonna take a while until um she will implement it. I want a dead face and hyper realistic titties. Maybe we can use the titties to use as lip sync, basically. You know, I speak and the titties jiggle, but like the face doesn't move at all. That would also be really funny. That's, I mean, it's a fan service avatar, right? We can make it a little bit uncanny. God, I have pitched the perfect idea. Yeah, okay. God, I would suggest to try it out and see how it feels. Especially because on the one hand, yes, I think it's absolutely hilarious. This character is absolutely hilarious, you know. But on the other hand, I also don't want to necessarily perpetuate like automatic hypersexualization of women and all that kind of stuff. Because man, like it's not my place, you know. I'm not a woman. And it's just like this weird thing of like, okay, I think this is absolutely hilarious. And so far, all my like, it's a joke though, yeah, but like, that's the thing. You gotta, I know that there are some like boundaries when it comes to jokes, you know? And so far, like, all my quote unquote, all my very strong, like, SJW friends, and I mean, like this is a compliment, have been all very like, please tell me the titties are jiggling. So like they have been very supportive of this whole ideal, but there's still a part of me that's like, do I want to completely like overthink this whole situation and think of like, oh, what I'm communicating with making jokes about this and all that kind of stuff. But then at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, titty jiggle is important if there's titties. You're right. You are very right. And honestly, to be fair, then make the titties sway in the wind. Yes, absolutely. But also, then again, I like to see this like Avatar as also just a form of drag in some way, shape, or form, which also like operates in its like um own sphere basically. Um, so yeah, there's that. I don't know. Yeah, drag doesn't give a shit. I'm overthinking the whole thing. I think it's hilarious, and I would really love to try that out, man. Um. Anyways, I was talking about hinges, right? But like at the same time, I'm a lot more open to like, hey, we have the option that we check on like your house integrity, and if you want, you can take it, but you don't have to, you know? Like, I don't know. Good luck with everything. I'll talk to you later, and also like, may your computer not fry. This conversation is very unhinged. You're so right. You're so funny. And I once again have to say I love um I love the new like the rig is absolutely amazing of 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 my current avatar. It's like I'm once again so grateful. But yeah, he died often enough, fingers crossed. And I would like to be able to once again have a good time with you this evening and not like have your computer dying again, so we have to skip our good time space. Schenkelklopfer sind meine Spezialität. Oh god, Schenkelklopfer, that's such a good word. Um, yeah, but like just because they're a creek, that they probably just need to be oiled, you know? Mm, cancel are just old men looking to feel important. You have to enough to do as it is. If God wanted them to feel important, he would have made them lords. Anyway, I think it's good for you to be working on the mural. I wish Artemis and Apollo would take interest in something like that. Speaking of, have you seen them around anywhere? I asked them to look after the chickens, but they've disappeared. I haven't seen them recently, but they like to mess around in the forest. Maybe they wandered off there. This town isn't that big. I don't know where they get to that. I can't find them. Father Thomas says they're only so much trouble because I named them after Greek gods. Yes, it's blasphemy. He says those names have power, but I still like them. Besides, Apollo and Artemis are gods of virtues. If anything, they should be more well-behaved. I don't think that's how that works. Hmm. I don't think anything will stop the twins from going their own way in life. Yeah, and I think that's good. You're right. Father Thomas spends too much time in his books. Anyway, I'd better go find those rascals. Good luck on the mural, Magdalena. Thanks, Veronica. Until later. Veronica. We are here in Deutschland, German pronunciation of names. Yes, yes. Andres. Hello, Magdalena. How is Klaus? Risi and I are very worried. Not well, Andres. May God look after you both. We've had enough tragedy in this town. Has Gertrude been by to see him? I trust her over that doctor. He's not reliable. He's the most bitter man I've ever met. And he only gets worse as the years go on. He used to talk about how he was too good for Tassing, destined for greater things. Still here, though. Why is he on the council? Whatever his faults, he's still an educated man. That counts for something, I guess. Yeah, but like, I would like for Andres to be on the council. I think I would really like, I really do like him, and I think he could be actually beneficial. You should be on the council, not him. They asked me, but turned them down. I like what I do. I'm good at it. Don't need much else than that. Except Razy, of course. Oh god, they're so cute. Ah, but I shouldn't gossip. If there's anything Razy and I can do for you, let us know. I will. Thank you for your kindness, Andres. It's nothing. I owe your father more than I can say. Take care, Magdalena. I was so worried that, like, we either don't see him again because he ran off to Innsbruck with his girl, or for him to be heartbroken and back and like having been like, oh, how dare this Andreas tell me to go after my love, like when she wasn't interested in whatever the fuck, you know? I am so happy that these two are together. This is so cute. Hello, Mistress Druckerin. How is Klaus? Andres and I have been terribly worried. Death spirits are high, but he still gets headaches and spells of dizziness. If there's anything we can help you with, let us know. Andres is always ready to provide. He and Klaus have been friends for a long time. If you don't mind, you weren't born in Tassing, am I right? No, I'm originally from Innsbruck, and it's really her. How did you arrive here? The twists of Providence are sudden and unpredictable. I was but a young girl selling all manner of wares in the market, pots and the like. One day this man appears to the stall, all jitters and nerves, stammering over his words, but charming in a way. Oh god, my heart can't handle this. Aha! We spoke at length. I was intrigued and soon enamored, as if a candle had been lit. Andres is a man of talent and means, after all, blessed with a kind soul. How did it feel to leave home for someone somewhere far away, uprooting yourself from the life you had? Frightening, to be sure, leaving Innsbruck, my friends and family behind. But it was exciting as well, going off to find new opportunities and build a new life. There wasn't much I had to look forward to in Innsbruck. Few prospects for a poor girl. I couldn't see myself sitting at the market, continuing to sell odds and ends. Sometimes there are risks we just have to take. It's very inspiring, really. I'm glad you found happiness here. We all struggle in this world, but the moments of joy outweigh the bad. It's how God has set the world, His benevolence guiding us through it all. I feel like I've been blessed, and it's not been all bad for Endless either.
I assist him with the bookkeeping side of the smithy and other things. Thank you for telling me about your past. It's nothing, Magdalena. I hope it has provided you with some encouragement. Don't forget you are important as well and deserve to live your life. Alright, I have to assist Andres with a few things. Be well, Magdalena. Till later, Teresa. Oh, so that's her full name. Oh, that's cute. And I was also just reminded, so I live in an area that is incredibly queer friendly. However, I hear stories and stories that's like about like that queer friendliness not necessarily dying out, but being like rarer and rarer, and that there are more instances of like people who are queer being like attacked or like not even necessarily attacked, but not feeling comfortable anymore running around like as visibly queer people, you know. And I just for a little bit of context, I've luckily been always very like um I haven't experienced much queer phobia in my life, just generally, and I was always like I say that, and I remember that most of like bullying I received in middle school was actually queer related, even though back then I didn't even know I was queer. But that's besides the point. Like just in my like adult life since actually coming out as queer and stuff like that, I have rarely actually experienced any like queer phobia, even less like anything that was actually felt dangerous to me, if you know what I mean. Just like shitty comments, you know? And yesterday was one of like the more frustrating situations because it involved kids. And I'm always like when it comes to adults, I'm like very much like, okay man, just ignore them, right? But when it comes to kids, like I still feel like okay, the desire to maybe be able to have like a positive influence on them, which yesterday I didn't have the spoons for that. I wouldn't even know how to go about this, right? But I was basically just sitting in the tram and just for like how I basically look. In many situations, I actually pass as male. Like I had situations where people were just completely confused when I like alluded to the fact that I'm trans, which was really weird because like I'm not necessarily hiding that fact, you know. Um, but at the same time, there are some people who immediately clock me as trans as well, right? And I feel like I am technically very clockable, especially because, for example, like I'm mostly mask presenting, but I do like to have fun with nail polish and stuff like that, you know? And also a lot of the time because the aesthetic that I have, especially if I, for example, go bald, um, can be misinterpreted into like a more right extremist kind of way, which I do not like. So I try to have like something at least that counterbalances that a little bit. And that's why I, for example, like to do my nails very prettily and stuff like that, you know? But like if I go like in a little bit more of like a martial dress up way, you know, then people like once again, every once in a while, specifically for cosplay, go all bald and all that kind of stuff. It can send the wrong message, you know. Anyways, but like yesterday, I was basically just wearing, yeah, just a fucking t-shirt, my swim trunks that I wear because they're just the most comfortable shorts that I have, and like I had my nails done, right? Um, anyways, and first of all, there's this like I don't know 8-year-old kid, like way too fucking young, who comes up to me and is just like, go away. And I'm like, I didn't react to that. I just stared at him deadpan. I was like, and then I just like turned away, you know, and I was just continuing to sit. Mainly because the whole tram was empty. Like, seriously. He could have sat everywhere. Why the fuck does he come up to me and tells me to like
go away. Like, bro, and he was having half a meltdown after I didn't do that, right? He was sitting next to me because his family, for some reason, decided, okay, this is the four-seater now that we want to occupy, which is fair. Once again, as I said, there were a bunch of, like, spots that they could sit on, right? But yeah, this kid, like, tells me to fucking go away and then has half a meltdown when he sits next to me. No fucking clue what the fuck was wrong with that. But then two girls, I think also one of them maybe like 7, 6 years old. I don't know. I'm really bad at aging them, and the other one maybe 12. I don't know. Still way too fucking young. And I was listening to my podcast. I had my big headphones on. I wasn't in any way, shape, or form in the mood to like interact with bad faith people around me, right? And especially also with my shitty brain processing, like my brain takes a while to understand something. If that makes sense, like when somebody says something, and especially if like everything else is very loud or something, I need a little bit of like time to process to actually understand what was said. And in that situation, it was just too late until I understood. Yeah, delayed auditory processing, exactly that. And it just took me a while to process that, and then it was already too late. And since I already was kind of like in an ignoring mode, I was like not having it. Anyways, so the girls were being like, "Oh, ask you, are you a boy or a girl?" And then they were like, "Oh, you've painted nails, so you're a girl." Girl, 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 the whole fucking ride, and I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is their problem? And when I left, they were also like, goodbye, girl, and I was like, okay, um, like this is not just queerphobia. This is also, of course, like sexism in and of itself, and like, of course, these kids don't know, like, don't understand the context of like the shit that they're doing, right? In this, especially in this context, and I was more annoyed than like anything about the situation. And I'm now trying to figure out how I want to approach this situation if that happens again, you know? Because like I think the mother was right there with them, but didn't care shit for any of that, the stuff that was going on, right? Um, or she didn't understand it. I don't fucking know. But this was just a very situation where I was just like, okay, what is going on here? Yeah, best is to explain it. And that's the thing, like, if I, in any way, shape, or form, I would like to try to be obnoxiously kind, you know? Kill them with kindness, like, and then, as you said, explain it, right? But I still don't know if I, like, at this situation, am collected enough to do that in a way that's very helpful. I hope so, at least. Um, But yeah, that was a shitty situation yesterday, and I'm just like, oh man, kids, what the fuck, you know? It was just, I don't know, like, that was just one of those moments where I'm just like, okay, where is that coming from? What is like, what are you trying to achieve here? Oh yeah, Ulrich is dead. I'm still so sad. Hey, Gret. Magdalena, darling. Good morning, Gret. Ulrich could have been so beneficial for the town's council, in my opinion. Holy fuck, it's kind of a shame that he's not there. Smells heavenly in here. It smells heavenly in here. Oh, haha, I've just finished rolling out some raisin bread. It, I thought that Andreas and Ulrike could use a treat today. Andreas? Do you have like a new kid that's Andreas? Or who the fuck is Andreas in this context? Did I miss him? It's just kids. I mean, back then, kids also talked so much shit, even if it should be common sense not to talk shit about such. Yeah, of course not. Like, that's the thing. I'm very, like, I understand that, like, there's like, so much more taking place here, right? Um, man, it's so frustrating, and like, as I said, it'd be nice to have a little bit of a toolbox at hand for me personally as well, to know, okay, when kids are being dicks, which, well, they do have a tendency to be a lot, right? How can I best, like, de-escalate the situation, of course, but also, like, help them, like, especially if it's kids that I'm in some way, shape, connected to, like, for example, my siblings, right? Not talking about strangers' kids, but like, like, how can I best de-escalate the situation and, like, maybe plant a seed that, like, they stop being dicks, you know? Anyways, sorry. I had some spare time to get it today, and I like to stay busy. The soul of the diligent shall be made rich after all. Besides, I like to drop in on Anna and see my grandchildren. I'm more blessed than I ever imagined I would be. Paul and Anna make such a lovely pair. Ulrich wouldn't believe his eyes if he saw us now. I wish he could see his grandchildren. I wish so too. I did always think it was strange that your daughter married the son of the man who killed your husband. Honestly, yeah, no, I didn't even think about that. But with and this family, like, they, if somebody would forgive, like, those grudges, it's probably gotta be this family. Especially also because Paul was displayed as a victim of Lenhard too in his own right, right? Yeah. I'm sorry that his sacrifice was what was needed to bring your families together. I don't like any of this. I'm sure he's rejoicing with all the saints in heaven, Gret. It's also not the kid's fault. Yeah, exactly, right? I do hope so. He was never much for emotional displays, but I still remember his joy when Anna was born. You know, I was angry when Anna first took a liking to young Paul. He was always a quiet boy, but I was afraid he'd turn out like his father. Well, I needn't have worried. Paul is a good man and a good father. He's built like this town. He built this town back up from what it was. It's good to see Els so social. Elsa's so social now too. Come out of her shell. Well, I think not having to live with Leonard helps, probably, but like, let's maybe not dwell on that. She's been asking me for recommendations for the ladies' reading circle. How wonderful. Oh, God. Okay. I would join her group myself, but I'm just too busy with the bakery by myself. But I don't mind that. It keeps me busy, and I get to see everyone in town when I deliver to them. I've been chatting too long. My doughs need tending. Please excuse me, Magdalena. Of course, Gret, until later. I hate that Ulrich died. Daft. I don't want to talk with all the townsfolk right now, I gotta be honest. Let's talk to Smokey then. What's this? Nice to see some green this time of year. Horror hunt. Oh yeah, okay, I remember. Hey, Smokey. Good day, Mistress Druckerin. I told you, Smokey. Call me Magdalena. Old habits, I suppose. What brings you to my corner of the woods? More gossip? Only ancient gossip. I was wondering if you knew anything about the old pagan Roman mines. The mines? Is that a new interest of yours, Magdalena?
I don't see the townsfolk trek out there as much anymore. Last I saw were those two twins making trouble. They know a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever set foot close to that place. What are you so interested in over there? The mural in the Rathaus needs section about the earliest days of Tassing. The mines are the oldest part of Tassing, and you keep a keen ear. I thought you might have heard something. I don't know about getting down into the mines, but I do know a fair few stories about them and the other Roman ruins around here. The old stories my father used to tell me when he was the burner of Tassing. One about Mars and Tassia. The nymph was always my favorite, though. I blame that on my youth. Tassia, like Tassing? Folk named the town after a pagan god, a Roman one at that. I don't mind telling you the tale, Magdalena, but I warn you, it's a bit... bawdy? Oh, can't be curious. I won't be scandalizing you. Can't have your father hounding me for any coarseness. But I'll tell you the decent bits of what I remember. Everyone excludes me from the fun. You'll have your fun in time, Magdalena. You just wait and see. Alright. So what's the story? Well, legend says that Mars was hunting in these woods and spied a fat boar for the taking. Me? Am I the fat boar that was ready for the taking? He just pulled back his spear when he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course, the creature ran off, and the god was angry at the loss of his quarry. So he tramped through the woods to see why a woman was in the forest and not in the local town. Why would a god be hunting in Tassing's forest? How should I know? Maybe he just wanted a brisk walk. I think you're more the spirit of a fat boar who was ready for the taking. Okay, fair enough. How should I know? Maybe he just wanted a brisk walk. Yes. Besides, why should anything the gods do make sense? These were the old days when spirits and ghosts prowled. What do you mean, prowled? Prowl, you know, like spirits and other evil things do. Like the prowler. I can't just say they walked through the woods like you or me. They prowled. I love Smokey so much, man. Alright, keep going. So, Mars found a nymph, Tassia, bathing in a spring with a fat, ugly satyr goading her from the shore. Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew the satyr. Sorry, I just got an idea. So, I do like the anime girl fan service avatar that we've designed. But how about a version of this avatar but with tits? Just slam some badonkers on me. Succubus asks? No, I'm just fully thinking like tits that don't really match up that well. Very just like pale as peach colored tits. Maybe like with like a very tiny triangle bikini top or something. You have a sound that I can slap on there. Oh god, man. That would also be so funny. Just put tits on everything. Just put it on everything. I also, I'm not, on the one hand, yes, I'm glad I already, like, I'm at that point in my journey, but on the other hand, man, I gotta deal with the insurance. So I do have now all the materials that I need to send into, okay, no, I still need to talk with my therapist, but like I have most of the materials that I need to send to the insurance for top surgery, and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with insurance about this. I hate this organization. Fuck you. Just say yes, okay. Yeah, but it's really dope. I waited a whole ass year for the first appointment. And I'm glad I got one. And here I got one at Reddit's favorite German trans Reddit's favorite top surgery surgeon, Dr. Wolters, my beloved. He was really cool. Cool guy, very helpful, like so far. I feel as comfortable as I can for a hospital that will cut me open. I couldn't be bothered to get any surgeries. I hate hospitals too much. Honestly, very fair. Very fair. Like I also myself wasn't sure if I want to get surgery or not. Um, but honestly, I've realized, God, do my tits bother me, man. Not even solely in a dysphoria manner. Yes, also a dysphoria manner, but also like it's just sensory hell. And it's also just like they're very impractical. They're just like yeah, I just wish they were gone, honestly, you know? And and so I was like, okay, okay. My friend was like, hey, maybe just put yourself on the waiting list and see how you feel once you continue. And well, I'm feeling very positive towards it. But yeah, I can fully understand why hospitals and like also like you put your body through a shitload of trauma, you know. Um, but like why that would be enough where you say, okay, it's not necessarily worth it for me, you know. The mouse transformed into a wolf and and slew the satyr. Sorry, I didn't fully read what was there. I just accidentally continued pressing the button. And in return, well, Tessia bathed the god. They bathed? Ha, ha, I get it. They bathed. My experience with hospital was 99% because of my drunk mom and my dad having so many surgeries. The people cared well for him, but I just can't. Yeah, that is that fucking sucks, man. Like my experience with surgeries is also with no, not necessarily surgeries, that too, but also in general with hospitals is mostly thanks to my mom too. And a lot of that is from my childhood that I don't really have much memories from. And just in general, I'm not like I also don't get the best experience with hospitals, you know. I'm definitely not looking forward to that area, and it is an area that scares me, but luckily not enough to stop me from approaching that. Um, but yeah, no, like hospitals are ass. I hate them. I hate their smells. I hate their looks. I hate the fact that I most areas beyond my own flat make me feel uncomfortable, right? But like hospitals make me feel particularly uncomfortable. Thank you. Thank you. Mm, but I do think to a certain degree, at least for me, my discomfort is relatively normal, I think. But I also wouldn't be surprised if some of that has to do with like just my mom's past and with hospitals and with Me as a kid being completely overwhelmed by the hospital situation and then being later on told that I wasn't behaving the way I was supposed to behave in a hospital as somebody who doesn't know how to behave in a hospital and just, oh god, yeah, fucking hate hospitals. But man, I kind of also want to, how to say this, do some exposure therapy in that regard when possible. I get that they bathed. I did warn you, Magdalena. This is like. Okay. When Mars left the pool, he dripped onto the ground and it blossomed with flowers and crops. They say that's why this valley is so fertile. Mm. Did you make that up? How do I know it's a real legend? Not some fanfiction, Smokey. Tell me, what makes a real legend, Mistress Druckerin? I can't tell you it's old. I can tell you it's older than any other story I've ever heard. So much of what the Romans left behind was destroyed over the years, but I like that we still have those tales. You can never really destroy stories as long as there are people to tell them. Of course, the Romans left a hell of a lot behind too. Town's more Roman than Bavarian, really. Left. Mm. Because of how long it was a Roman colony? That and how much of the town is built upon the Roman foundations. Tassing is actually much smaller now than it was in the Romans' day. At least that's what I make of it. The ruins go deep into the forest and all the way to the old mine. Half of Tassing is built in Roman stone. Take a walk around town and you'll start noticing things. We used their stone to build. The old temple by Satya's shrine has grown over, but the aqueduct runs for miles. Even the abbey used to be an old Roman fort. You can see some of the old Roman pavestones under the road if you look hard. We may not be Roman, but this town is. Hmm. Tassing has been built upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. I really like that too. The old Roman stuff just feels so much like home, to be honest. We have so much Roman shit here. Um, yeah, I like my city also has a shitload of Roman shit here. I'm just not very connected to it personally. Oh, yeah. That's the way of tassing. I once again pressed without reading it first. But I'm thinking about actually doing one of those tourist quote unquote um tours just to kind of get more context for everything that's going on because I know that the city has a shitload of history that I just don't know shit about. We had like a massive fort in the next town, like massive. And there's a double temple, it was a big fort. That's so cool, man. Maybe I should go take a look at the mine. I'd get a better sense of what things were actually like. I think so too, Magdalena. Do that. Nothing will stop you, I see. Well, I won't either. Just keep an eye for any wolves or satyrs you might see down there, eh? I'll let you know if I see any. Thanks for the help. I love this. Good luck, Magdalena. Be safe. She yearns for the mines, indeed. This squirrel is so cute. Oh, hello. Apollo. What are you doing here? Hey, Magdalena.
Hello, Apollo. What are you doing? Looking for frogs. Artemis says she saw one the other day, and we're trying to collect a bunch. What do you need the frogs for? I love how round the animals are. They're so adorable. You are so right. Like I'll tell you, you'll snitch. I won't. Yeah, right. Sorry, Mags. I'm not telling you. You'll just have to wait and see. I'll ask Artemis. Maybe she'll tell you. Fine, I'll go get to talk to your sister. If you mess with my mural, you'll be sorry. Don't worry, Mags. You're not our target. Good. Guys. And Satya's shrine, Martha especially likes to leave offerings for her. Yes. Hey, Magdalena. Hey, Artemis. Apollo said you're catching frogs. Yeah, what about it? He told me to come ask you why. He wouldn't say anything. Didn't tell you. Christ, finally he's learning to keep his mouth shut. Ah, come on, just tell me. No way, this is our biggest trick yet. We're not risking it to tell you. You'll just have to wait and see. Fucking hell, man. Okay, I can't go this way. I need to go, probably through the, yeah, where they... Oh, there's a boar. There's a boar, like, or at least a pig. Not necessarily a boar, but a pig. A friend. A pig? Out here? A baby. It must have broke out of its pen. I wonder who it belongs to. Is this symbolism? Wait, what? Old salt mine. The mine shaft. It yearns for the mines. If I want to depict the mural as accurately as possible, I have to go down the shaft myself. That one owl up there, look at it, just staring into your soul. I think the owls must be my favorite animals in this game. The entrance is too steep. No one's used it in years. There must be some way to get down there. The rotund. Oh, rotund is also such a good word. If I rigged a rope to the top beams, I'd be able to get down more easily. Bosses might have some tools. I'll bet he could help me rig a way to climb down there. Apollo and Artemis are always bragging about how they sneak around the ruins. Maybe I can ask. Nah. Selbst ist die Frau. I saw some rope in the workshop at home. I could be able to find everything I need there. I have to come back later. The mines. Let's also go up here. Oh, Staub. Süße. Süße. Look at him! Such a cutie. Wait, where were the... Oh, look at that kitty. Oh, you are so right. That would be really cool. thought I could, or do I have to go this way? Vision Tokas? No, no. Um, that would be so cool if I can, like, personalize her more like that. If I could actually... Maybe I can look into that somehow. Mm, anyways, okay. Let's just go to the... Let's just go home. Get those... Get that rope. And if I were to draw Bunker in that art style, right? And also, so Bunker is actually originally an English Mastiff, right? And they are a very old dog breed. So, it would actually not be that far-fetched to like for her to be in that game. I don't know if they're actually this old, you know, but um yeah. No, I think that would fit as well. There's the rope. This should be enough rope. With the sturdy knot, I can brace myself against the mine shaft on the way down. Let's say hello to your father. Okay. Hello, Magdalena. Hello, Daddy. Yeah. Damn, okay. The massive breed is old as fuck. Yeah, I told you, right? But how old? Now I'm curious. Like Egyptian old, holy fuck. I love that. I love mastiffs. Holy fucking shit, man. 3,000 years, like that's when the original breed came to be. The English Mastiff is early 1800s. Okay, but we can work with that. I fucking love that. I have my rope to climb down, but this could take a while. Should I head in? Yeah. There's the documentation and depictions of massive type dogs that were found on Egyptian monuments dating back to approximately 3000 BC. Classical Greek art has also, as well as Babylonian wall relief from the 7th century. There's evidence of massive, like giant dogs dating back as far as 2,500 mountains. Bas reliefs from the Babylonian palace of Ashurbanipal now on display on the British Museum depict massive type dogs. Oh, that's so cool.
But my question is also, Magdalena, how are you gonna get out of there again, too? There are a lot of different coins down here. How odd. It's not like this for is a Saint's Well. You Yeah, I guess, but like climbing up a rope if you're not practiced to climbing up a rope is not an easy feat. Just saying. Oh, a tablet. They're still writing on it. Don't underestimate her. I'm sure she did that many times before as a kid. Okay, maybe you got a point there. I'm just thinking of myself, and I wouldn't be able to get up there again. I would be able to get down there, but that's it. Oh, it's a poem. I think it's a love note. That's so cute. Geliebte J. Meine große Liebe, keine andere ist vergleichbar mit dir. Selbst als König Salomon sprach von den allerschönsten Frauen, wagte er nicht, sich dich vorzustellen. Die Liebe deiner Brust lässt schwellen in... Okay. I hoped we would have gotten a translation, but we don't get a translation. I fall like a stone and break all my bones while it's going down. Fair enough. Fair enough. Die Liebe deiner Brust lässt schwellen in mir eine aufstrebende Leidenschaft, die ich nicht unterdrücken kann, obwohl du mich gewarnt hast. Oh nein! Kannst du bitte nicht die... Can you please not dein Haar? Who the fuck is Haar? Und who the fuck is J? Poor Jay, I hope her lover was better at things other than poetry. Oh, this looks like a larger version of some of Baltus' contraptions. This winch must have been attached to some sort of hauling and pulley system. Fascinating. Wait, what the fuck is this? Okay, weird. Sorry. Now that I'm down here, I should see what I can find from the Roman era before. Oh, bones. They're far too big to be human. Oh, bones. No, horns. Looks like a mule to me. Maybe it hold that winch? Or creature dying down here. Horns? Mule? Aren't mules supposed to be like... Aren't they a mix... Am I completely missing the point here? Aren't they like the mix between... Oh, so it's a tool. We're not talking about mules, the animal. I was thinking about the animal. I was like, mules are horse and donkey. Yeah, exactly. That where I was like, our horse and donkey. Exactly. That was what I was thinking. They don't have horns. Okay. Ah, no horns. Okay, this thing does not have no horns. God, my brain. So, what I understood was like, okay, no, these aren't bones, these are horns. And that's like what confused me. But that's why why commas are so important, because there's not a comma. So it's like it does not have horns. That's what confused me. I was like, mules don't have horns. What the fuck are you talking about? Um I was being stupid there for a second. Maybe it hold that winch. Poor creature dying down to here.
Komm, wir essen, Opa. Opa, komm, wir essen, Opa. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And that kind of a misunderstanding is what happened in my brain right now. Let's go down here first. What's this? Oh, a piece of pottery. It's beautiful. Cool. So many caves. Okay. Oh, another shard. Okay. Maybe we can check out the first cave then. If this is just what's gonna continue. More pottery. There's pottery scattered everywhere. Oh, this is so cute. I love this. Oh, these must be the same kind of figurine tills and the other farmers find in the fields. To think there are so many remnants of our ancestors scattered in the fields and caves like this. I adore this. Here's another piece. Another one. Hey, this piece looks like it matches the other piece I found. Ooh, Schrift. I see. Another piece. I wonder if they're all the same pot. There's a part of me that really wants to get into pottery. There's a Latin inscription here. Okay, you don't want to, like, read it out to me? Okay. Okay, I do understand you're not that good at Latin, but still, I was wondering. Can we go down here? Yes. Oh, this looks like a Roman map of Tassing. I wonder what changed. Let's see if I can map everything out. There's the aqueduct. And the spring. The abbey was an old fort up on the hill. And there's the rest of town. Wait, what's this building? I don't recognize it. Mithraeum. I don't know that word. Can't quite tell what it's meant to label on the map. Maybe some sort of temple? Well, whatever it is, it's not in Tassing now. That's so odd. More inscriptions. Another inscription. It's not very formal. A worker must have carved it. There's that word again. Mithraeum. It must have been important to the Romans. It almost looks like an altar, but what would an altar be doing in a salt mine? Been carved out of the salt. Mithraeum is the temple of Mithras. That makes sense. I didn't know, but yeah, makes sense. um, but what would be an altar in a salt mine? It's been carved out of salt. Down here. More pottery. I want... I don't want to get up there again. Ah, okay. Another shard. More Latin writing. Okay. Oh, another piece. I have a lot of these pottery pieces. I should find out if they're all from the same pot. Oh god, are we puzzling now? Great. Can I rotate them? I'm very confused. Ah, okay. Ah. Okay, kinda. I don't fucking know. I don't want to, like... Weird. Okay, this one gives at least somewhat of a... Ah, okay, and we rotate them on these things, I guess.
Can I not? I didn't want to put it right there, but can I... This seems fitting, right? Right. Cool. Let's put this somewhere else. Yeah, whatever. Does this fit here? Yes. Please recharge headsets. Shut up. So I got a feeling like this kind of belongs. Cause I don't know what the final thing is supposed to look like. Ooh. Okay. We got a leg here. Right? This fits right here. This is nice. Okay. I hate that I can't remove them once I know that this is wrong, you know? So is this from the top? And this is like kind of the... So confused. We got like a head. No, this can't be right. This cannot be right. This is like a... whatever. Like an front piece, you know? Put this there. This belongs here. We have this here. Belongs there. Does that work? Does that fit? I'm not... Oh yeah, it could be. There we go. Alright, this one around. Okay, this does not fit. Or maybe it does, actually. It fits weirdly enough. This fits. This fits. Good at least. Yes. You have your little dagger thingy. This fits. Right here. Okay, no, it needs to be the other one. This fits right here. Okay, I now see what this looks like. Got it. Figures on this pot lid look like they're telling a story. Okay, so it's a pot lid. That's also important context. I looked up the Mithras thing, and historically it's actually not that long gone. It originates like 1100 and vanished around 1400. It's a god in many countries, Asia, Persia, and Rome. Interesting. I mean, I've heard the name, you know, but like I don't know anything beyond that. These paintings must depict an early myth even before the Romans. Let's see, this must be Perchta, and Those must be the forest. Those must be the forest spirits. Part of the wild hunt. Oh god, the next part looks like a human sacrifice. Someone, maybe a chieftain, is sacrificing a man to Perchta. Never mind, I take it back. It was 0 to 100. It originated. I read that wrong. Okay, fair. The bottom half of the lid continues the story. These look like spirits. They must be coming into the feast on the sacrificed. That must be how our ancestors tried to keep Tassing safe. They offered sacrifices to Perchta. Mm. This is part of our history, but I'm not sure this is the best story to portray. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not the biggest fan of human sacrifices. And it kind of felt like we've been doing that the whole time as well. When we were like, basically saying, oh yeah, this is the person who's at fault. This is the person who we think deserves to die, quote unquote. Mm. I have to think more about it before I decide for certain. Alright, I'd better keep going before I run out of oil in my lamp. Oh, a cave-in. The wood here looks newer than the first part of the mine. Was this collapse recent? I won't be able to go any further with all the rubble. I suppose this is as far as I can go. Still, the murals on the wall showed me that what Tassing was like when the Romans were here. I wonder if I can find out where the Mithraeum was, or what it is. And putting the pottery shard back together showed one of the earliest stories of Tassing. I think I've seen everything I can down here, and my oil is running out. Time to climb back out. I hate that I can nerd out about minds and their structures, etc. too. I love being autistic. Fuck. Why did you write in the beginning then that you hate that? Yeah. Oh god. Ah! Wait, who's that? Oh, because the need to just spam is big. Okay, that's fair. I mean, yeah, no, you can spam about that. Info dump. If if you're comfortable with that, of course. But like, go for it. This is my favorite way to learn shit. Cause like, I'm not the type of person who can sit down and actually just read articles after articles and stuff like that, you know? But I always appreciate it when my friends like info dump on stuff. I mean, when the time comes again, I will. Fair enough. Hello, someone there? I watched mine exploring stuff a lot. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I better get out of this shaft before another rock comes crashing down. Yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried about you, Magdalena. Please don't die. Bro. Yeah, I couldn't climb out of there. Seriously, I could not. Huge respect to her and her strength. That little owl, man. Who was that? Apollo and Artemis would have helped me out of here. Well, now that I have more information, I can make some decisions on the first section of the mural. I recently, YouTube decided to recommend me a shitload of, like, magnets, fishing, stuff. Oh, bro. Allah. Who the fuck are you?
And I'm like, oh god, the desire to do something like that as well. Hala, no shoot piggy. No shoot piggy, yeah, I agree. You. Yes? I'm Hala Brunt, the Lord's gamekeeper. Why are you crazing pigs in the woods? Was that you watching me a few minutes ago? That rock almost hit me. Do I look like I raised pigs? You look like a little girl who's going to be in a lot of trouble if she doesn't answer my question. Hala, fuck off. I don't like you already. I don't think you should be a dude who holds a gun. Just saying. Was that you watching me a few minutes ago? That rock almost hit me. Watching you? No. Rock? I don't know what you're talking about. Now answer me. That's not my pig. I've been walking around this forest for hours. Other than the charcoal burner and the tinker, you're the only other person I've seen. The pig doesn't belong to you. What are you doing here? I'm with Chad and I just had a craving for acorns. I was in the salt mine. Yeah, let's be honest, man. He seems like the kind of guy who doesn't appreciate honesty, but man, let's just be honest. Doing what? Wait, I don't care. Just tell me whose pig this is. I don't know. The pig was in the woods when I came here. Ah, a mysterious lost pig. Who apparently belongs to no one. I suppose so. Oh, bro. If I find any more pigs in these woods, I'll kill them on the spot. Bruh, yeah, absolutely. And this was a good pig. It was a domesticated pig, just chilling, man. And those who brought them here. Do you understand? Fine. Remind your neighbors what happens when you break the Lord's laws. I knew the Lord's men patrolled these woods, but I've never seen one before. I didn't realize they were so strict. I suppose I should consider myself lucky. Anyway, time to get out of these woods and back to work at the Rathaus. Can we take this along, or at least tell them, hey, your pig has been shot. Maybe use it. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like this was a clean headshot. There's so much you can use on this animal. Is this like, is the hunter now gonna take the pig for himself? Or what are they gonna do with the pig, you know? What's gonna happen? But yeah, bro. I didn't want to go up here. I wanted to search what happened. Is there anything in here? No, Thomas. Yeah, I don't want to talk to Thomas. Fuck off. Okay, maybe. Maybe he has more input. Oh, God bless you, Magdalena. And you, Father Thomas. You look troubled. What's the matter? I seem to have lost the keys to the tabernacle. Without it, we'd have to go without the Eucharist on Sunday. Sure, I could find a way to get the tabernacle open. The lock shouldn't be that complex. Absolutely not. I won't have you picking your way into the tabernacle. Even for a righteous purpose, I don't like the prospect of it. And why on earth do you know how to pick locks, Magdalena? Baltas told me sometimes the mechanism of his inventions gets stuck. I have to fix them. It's a really good word. I suppose that makes sense. Use that talent wisely, Mistress Druckerin. Regardless, I won't have you forcing your way into the tabernacle. I'll find that key eventually. I won't leave Tassing's sanctification at risk. Do we know where... Oh. Oh, the kids, the twins. Yeah, well, I wish you the best of luck, Carter. Thank you, Magdalena. Please let me know if you have any ideas as to where it might be. God bless you. No, it's so whimsy. The word is really whimsy, and also this thing is really whimsy. Oh, I wonder if Sister Amelie has seen this tabernacle key anywhere. I should talk with her. Ayo. God bless you, Magdalena. God bless you, Sister Amelie. What brings you to the church this time of day? Lighting another votive candle of your father? I was hoping to speak with you, sister. Have you seen Father Thomas' tabernacle key anywhere? He's misplaced it. I'm afraid I have not. Everything in the church has been as it should be. Though I did hear the two Gärtner children come in last evening. I did not rise, but I heard their whispering for a moment. They left as suddenly as they came. I wonder if the missing key has anything to do with the frogs they're collecting. Why didn't you say anything? I didn't think anything of it. Many people come into the church throughout the week. This is a sacred space, and the people of Tassing respect it as such. They respect my privacy in this place, and I respect theirs. Why tell me this now? Because while I do not make a habit of meddling, I know those two do. Yeah, you meddle a lot, Amali. You meddle a lot more than you think you do. And I like you for that. And because you said that Father Tomasla had lost his key, the intentions last night might have been pure. Not, however, it would be Christian to remind them that theft is against the Lord's commandments. Ah, of course, I might go to have a chat with them. I advise that you do what you feel is right in your heart. Right in my heart is like, put frogs in there. I like frogs. They're cute. But also the frogs deserve better. They don't deserve to be locked up. I don't know, and just put somewhere strange. Thank you, sister. God bless. God bless you, Magdalena. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to the twins first. I'm not gonna tell Thomas. I'm not gonna be a snitch about this whole thing. Okay, I can't go this way. But I do want, like, I kind of want to be involved. Or maybe I should not, but... I want to know more about this. Hello, Apollo. Hey, Magdalena. Okay. Don't want to talk to me. Dann nicht. Dann halt nicht, ne? I guess I'm gonna let them fill it with frogs. Ah yeah, we want to go to the Rathaus now. Out of the North Town. It's really pretty. It is a really pretty building. The Rathaus is the biggest building in Tussing. The Rathaus clock took ages to build in place. Yeah, I can imagine. Okay. Wait, I can't do anything here? Wasn't I supposed to go here? Map. No, I wasn't. I was supposed to go back home, I guess. No, Zimmermann. Okay. My mistake. If we're up here already, we can talk to Stolz. If he's in here, at least. Okay, he's not. Fuck him. He should put locks on his door. Oh, who the fuck is this? Ciao, Magdalena. Baldur's Workshop. I wonder if we can do another lesson soon. Magdalena! Magdalena! Yes? The cinnamon just arrived for the beer. Cinnamon? Doesn't that come from Ceylon? Ceylon? Ah, yes. A graced cost. Oh, never mind that. The copper pots you helped me pipe are part of the process. Oh, I thought it was for something more serious. Magdalena, making beer is quite serious. Anyway, for the Christmas celebration. Already? We're barely into November. The wheel of time stops for no man. But it's going to be wonderful. Cinnamon, coffee from Ethiopia, cacao from the New World. Jesus Christ, he who has the money can do everything. Problem? Of course not, just your money. It's your money. Anyway, I'm quite excited about it. Clearly. As such, alchemy is not normally my strong suit. But for all of Ignatius' complaints about the cost, the base rye we're using is free. Really? Yes. The farmers had so much rye this year, they just couldn't use it all. Gret made as much bread with it as she could, but she wound up having to throw a lot out. So why not make beer? Well, that's really smart. Yes, why not? Thank you. I love Walters. He looks like Weepu. God, when was the last time I've seen that movie? Yeah, obviously. But also, my friend was making a Who Does Money to reference yesterday, and I let them know that like I think I've actually never properly seen that movie, so now we will watch this movie and probably the new one in cinemas too, at some point. Ah yeah, Black Till, we want to talk to him too. God bless you, Magdalena. God bless you, Till. Do you have a moment? Of course. What do you need? Ed says you've been obsessed with your painting. I'm looking into the early history of Tessing for the first part of the mural. Mother Illuminata said your grandfather read about the history of the town. Ah, fertile fields, that is. It seemed like old pot shards and Latin trivia where all he ever talked about. All of Granddad's reading came from the Abbey's library, though, and you know what happened there. Poof, up in smoke. So you don't have any of his old books? Only a few. Granddad tried to buy some when the Abbey fell on hard times, but they were too expensive. But I can show you something better than books. Don't keep me in suspense. Didn't your dad ever teach you patience? I'm trying to build up some anticipation here. Right, so we don't have any books on the old pagans, but we do have their stuff. Shards of ceramic pots and animals, bricks from what looks to be an old forge, mountain of salt. Even found a little bear carved from ember. Bear, not beer. Bear carved from ember. Where did you find all this stuff? It's not just me. Carl finds things. Fabian too. Any farmer would tell you the same. All out there in the fields, under the dirt. Can't go one season without turning up something. That's so cool, man. Where are you keeping these things? Nowhere. We just toss them into piles with the rest of the rocks and root clumps. Bro. Bro, and this hurts my heart so much. What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait. My heart. Sure, it's interesting, but we can't do much of anything with the stuff except look at it. What do you think it all means? Yeah, you should have like a museum or something. Like instead of throwing them away, like I don't know, collect them somewhere and have people look at it. It's cool. Or maybe as decorations in the Rathaus. That could be nice, you know? I don't follow. What do you mean all of this could this mean? Um, how do you think these people lived? Rough, I'd say, but comfortable. We don't find much of their clothes or their houses, so they must have rotted. I guess that could mean they were living in huts. But their tools are good quality. If they weren't rusted all to hell, I could probably use them today. I don't know why, but I assumed they'd live in caves or in the muck. They weren't Christians, no doubt about that, but they weren't animals either. I'd say they had it hard, but they got by. Not so different from today, really. Earlier I mentioned something about salt. Did the pagans start the mine? Had to have, I'd say. Most people think it was a Roman project, but I think the Romans just dug out what was already there. That's why tassing was so important to the Romans in the first place. Salt. So tassing wasn't just on the Imperial Road, they made the road come through tassing. This has been a big help. Glad to spread some knowledge around, important for folks to know their past. You think all this pagan stuff will make it in the mural? I can bring some of the things the boys and I have found over to the Rathaus tomorrow if that'd help at all. That would be great. Would be great. I'm glad you're taking an interest. Magdalena, I thought no one cared about the pagans but me and Granddad. Mmm. Thought for delicious garum. What's that? Garum? Fish sauce. Ooh, fish sauce. I like. Yes, I can get behind fish sauce. Until then, should get back to the Rathaus and get to work. Are we finally going back? Oh, Christina. So adorable. Holy fucking shit, man. I love, like, my favorite is the cat licking its private parts whenever we move into a new area. We talk to Eds. Okay, we can talk to Eds for a bit. Hey, Mags! Got your way with the mural, huh? I didn't expect you to convince the council like that. I didn't expect the town to pick a half-wit like you for the council, but I guess we're all disappointed. Jesus, Max, I meant it as a compliment. Sorry. I might be a little extra mean to him, but honestly, it's a lot of fun to be very, very mean to him. The rest of the council has been arguing over the matter for so long, even I couldn't get a word in.
Then you came in and shut them up in a few minutes. Mags can be mean as a treat. We could use more women like you in the town. God, he's so down bad for her. And it's really sweet, actually. There are plenty of opinionated women in town. Want to let us join the council? Well, you'd have to take that up with the Lord. Besides, I don't think any of them are as hard-headed as you. You are the exception, Magdalena. You always are. You're not like other girls. Clearly, you've forgotten about Agnes. She doesn't suffer fools gladly. That's not what I meant. She's not. Never mind. Forget about it. uh. Anyway, standing up to the council like that was great. I know I'm on the council, but sometimes it doesn't seem like I have any influence. That actually seems insecure about this place on the council. He may be an ass sometimes, but I don't like him to see him upset. Maybe I should reassure him. You do though. You vouched for me to do the mural in the first place. Only after your dad did. I still feel bad about that. I should have stuck up for you. Being the youngest one in the council has been harder than I thought. I know Baltus and Werner don't think I'm capable, and even Paul has warned me about being too rash. My dad died trying to make a difference in this town. All I'm trying to do is carry on his legacy, but it seems like the others won't make room for any change. Keep pushing, they're stuck in the past, but we're looking toward the future of Tassing. Thanks, Mags. Magdalena. It'll take time, but maybe they'll listen to me eventually. Ah well, better get back to it. See you later, Mags. Are we actually... Yes, now we're supposed to go to the Rathaus. Rathaus. House. Let's work on the mural. Hey, Arch. Hey, Mags, how's the mural coming along? Christ's sake. It's... What? How many times do I have to tell you? Use my proper name. Oh, right. Sorry. Anyway, Magdalena, how's the mural going? It doesn't look like much yet. Neither do you, but the town has learned to accept it over the last 18 years. Anyway, I only just finished priming the wall, and now I have to decide what to depict. It's hard to piece together the history of Tarsing when it happened so long ago. Since the Abbey Library burned, I can only rely on stories from people around Tarsing. Even what I could find out about the Romans and pagans was obscure. I had to go into the old salt mine to find anything. At least now I know what to paint for the first part of the mural. So, what is it? Hmm. Mm. So I like Smokey's story because it actually is connected to the name of Tassing. I think that's pretty cool. Um, But I also really love the thought of like using the pottery and tools the farmer have found to show how we lived before the Romans, because this seems a lot more connected, like personally connected to them, if you know what I mean. Like way of life being something that takes up most of their life, right? They have their last names of like their work, and they their work is a lot more of their identity in some way, shape, or forms, as we, for example, would have it nowadays. And I think this is a nice way to connect with the past. Yeah, but I don't know if they will be too happy about it because they don't seem to care much for the Romans. But here, this is about like the stuff before the Romans, you know? Hmm. Like, I personally find just like Smokey's story probably aesthetically the most pleasing. I, if I were to pick what I would want to illustrate, it's probably gonna be more going more into that direction. But I feel like this is just. I think I'm gonna go with that because this is just a lot more of like. I don't know. It's as close to actual history as we can work with, you know, because we actual have actual evidence and it's not just the stories. But I do think there's importance to like mythology and all that kind of stuff. But um, I don't know. I really like this. I'm sure Father Thomas will approve, but I don't know. Just sounds kind of boring. So what made you choose this story anyway? Mm, it has the strongest connection to our farmers, things that they found. It's the most real. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to get behind. I don't care too much about this, and I don't think that's gonna be the case, because like when it comes to beautiful artwork, I was thinking about something else too. But yeah, it has the strongest connection to our farmers, things that they found. It's the most real. That makes a lot of sense. Other stories might feel like they don't really have anything to do with us. Exactly. Thanks for explaining it. Especially because other stories are also all about, like, the gods, you know? They're not. I find the people more interesting or more relevant for how, what to keep in mind. Of course, I want you all to understand why I'm making these choices. Well, now that I've figured this portion of the mural out, I'd better start thinking about the next section. I'll leave you to it, Mags. Magdalena. Good night, Utz. Good night, Magdalena. Right to Mathieu. Now that I've decided how to depict Tessing's earliest history, I should decide how to paint Kiersau's history. Mother Illuminatus letter mentioned that Mathieu Forsigny Sox used to be a brother in Kiersau. She said he knew a great deal about the abbess history. I should write to him and ask him what he remembers. Oh no, I have Esther's letter to answer too. I should write to them both now before bed. Oh, before I write, I should read that old book Brigitte gave me. Maybe I learned something pertinent for the murals. Yeah, why didn't we read about that beforehand? Before we make that decision. Alright, where to begin? Right, the old book. It was the Baron's before Martin stole it. I can't make much out of it. The Latin is much harder than I'm used to. Book isn't in great shape either, since it's been sitting in a farmer's house for so long. Let's see. Oh, here's a section about the various dedications erected in town. That might be easier to read. Erigo simulacrum in agre ut Mars nostrum operem conspiciat. This one seems like a dedication to Mars, to bless a field. Diana loco scaturiginosus ipsa. Aha. This one talks about Diana wetting herself, bathing in the spring maybe? Remus ut defendant oppidum. Well, this one isn't as hard. Let us pray so that he or she really may defend the town. None of this really makes any sense. Maybe someone with better Latin than me could help me read it. The book is so big, though, it would be a lot of work. I could ask Sister Gertrude or Baltus for help. Sister Gertrude, my beloved. I really, really hope Rudiger is... Okay, yeah, same. I really hope, like, Rudiger has become, like, Mathieu's assistant, quote unquote, you know? And they are roommates. Werner too, he's much better at Latin than anyone else in town. Yeah, no, we're not gonna fucking talk to Werner about this. I can't deal with this man. Maybe even Father Thomas, even though Dad warned me not to bother him with secular books. Chances are slim they could help, but it might be worth asking about. They were roommates, and I should finish writing my letters first. Mother Illuminata told me that Mathieu knew some of the Abbey's early history. He's the Archdeacon of Sion now. I should write, or Sion, whatever. Should write to him before the snows come. I'll write to Esther too. Most revered, revered Mathieu Faucigny Sorp. I have no idea how to fucking pronounce that last name. I am so sorry. Out formerly of Curacao Abbey, so he immediately knows what we're getting at. My name is Magdalene Druckerin. I'm the daughter of Tassing's town printer Klaus. My father and I are creating a mural for Tassing's Rathaus. We want to show the history of the town and the abbey. Mother Illuminata told me that you might be the best person to ask about Curaçao's early history. Understand you are a busy man, but we would be most appreciative of any information you could give us. If you know of any other places where we might learn about the Abbey's history, we would appreciate it. I know it may be a small comfort, but there are many in Tassing who regret what happened during the revolt. Sister Gertrude is still here, with the poor Clares. She speaks fondly of the old abbey. Thank you for your help, Magdalena. Esther. Please forgive me for not writing sooner. Christ, I don't even know where to begin. That seems more, like a normal conversation, you know? The whole world seems to be crumbling around me. Even as my last letter was en route to you, Dad was attacked in the workshop in the middle of the night. He survived, thank God, but his injuries are terrible. I worry about him. He's so dizzy he can't get out of bed. Some days his eyes become foggy and his memory fails him. Dr. Stolz said that he's not going to recover, that it's only a matter of time before he succumbs to the injury. I don't want to believe it, but it's hard to argue with Dad's condition. I have no idea who could have wanted to attack my father or why. I found a note by him too. All it said was stop. Oh, I completely forgot about that. It wasn't from the shop because the script was written in the most elaborate hand I've ever seen. No one in Tassing has such skill in script as far as I know. And anyway, I don't have the time to wonder about it. Now, turns out, Andreas is still alive and has time travel things, and this is Andreas from the future, like, writing notes to everybody for some reason. Had my hands full running the workshop alone while tending to Dad. What's more, the town council intended to cancel the mural entirely. I had a hell of a time convincing them to let me paint it instead. They made a fuss about my being too young, not experienced enough, not strong enough to be in the scaffold. You know how it is. Suppose I shouldn't have expected any better of them. Work on the mural has been a welcome distraction from the naysayers and my chores. And worrying about Dad. Eds has been coming over under the pretense of helping me prepare my paints too. I wish he'd stop. He's not subtle and his flirting is annoying. Ooh. Is she into him or is she not into him? I don't think she is the type of person to be ready to crush on somebody. You know, I feel like she wants to like do her own thing first, and maybe later she will fall in love. But right now, I don't think she's very open to a relationship, and I think it might actually be more annoying to her. Much as I'm hard a hardcore shipper, you know. I like to have the whole mural finished by Christmas if I can. I just want to finish it in time for Dad to see it. It would mean so much to him. If Dr. Stoltz is right, I don't know how long I'll have. I hope you're faring better than we are here. All my love, Magda. So sweet. Maybe she and Esther are gonna become an item. Huh? Trouble. Can we go upstairs and say hello to the dad? Is it very open to anything? I don't suppose we can actually do much night right now. I should go to bed. I hope you get back from Matthew soon. Oh, that's so cute. That's such a cute illustration. I love this. The frogs. Sister Emily told me that she would like to believe the intention of, but I know the twins are mischievous and may have ulterior motives. Let them build things with frogs. Um, only able to read a little bit of a story to say the Latin is difficult in the book. Yeah, I think this is something we should do tomorrow. Thinking about making Käsespätzle today, and it's late. I should get some rest soon. Go to sleep. But for that, I want to buy some Röstzwiebeln first. And I will do that soon. I think I'm gonna actually stop the stream here. I know this was very short. Um, but I'm glad we still continued, and I will, I don't know, chill for a little bit afterwards until I meet up with my friend. Time flies, man. Are you at least? Oh God. Okay, but let's do this one first before I completely end the stream. Mistress Druckerin, a few more letters for you. Take care. Thank you, sir. Safe travels. First letters from Reverend Mathieu. Oh, Rüdiger's in the background! Okay, no, I'm gonna quit this. This is how we're gonna start the next one. I think this is a very good start for um the next stream. I am glad he took Rüdiger with him. Hell yeah. Alright. Goodbye, have a good rest of your day. And take care of yourselves and stuff. See you next time, which will probably be tomorrow. I don't think I've anything planned tomorrow, so yeah. I'm also so glad. Yeah, okay. Goodbye.